It is being hailed a miracle. All 379 people on board a Japan airliner survived the unthinkable. This is the video you're watching here, a runway collision that caused the Airbus plane to erupt into flames after crashing into another aircraft on the same runway.
Sadly, 5 crew members on the other plane perished in the accident. The captain survived with serious injuries.
And while it is early in the investigation, there are new details emerging.
Chief Transportation Correspondent and pilot herself, Mackay Beeler, explaining what we know so far. I know there's still a lot with this investigation to uncover, but so far, bring us up to speed.
Okay, well, Japanese authorities say that the Japan airline passenger jet that slammed into the Coast Guard plane after landing at a Tokyo airport was given permission to land. Yes, that according to control tower transcripts. Now, air traffic control tapes also reveal the Coast Guard turboprop, a Dash 8, was not cleared to take off, but rather had been told to taxi and hold near the runway. The Dash 8 was an earthquake aid plane preparing to fly supplies to Japan's west coast. So how did that plane end up on the runway, triggering the fiery crash? That's what investigators want to know. Now, from initial reports, the accident appears to be a runway incursion resulting in a collision. The FAA defines that as any occurrence at an airport involving the incorrect presence of an aircraft, vehicle, or person on the protected area of a surface designated for landing or takeoff. In other words, folks, we're talking about the runway. Basically, it's when someone is on the runway who shouldn't be here. No clearance, no permission. A Japanese aviation official says there was no indication in the ATC transcripts that the Coast Guard aircraft had been granted permission to take off.
Mackay, you're a veteran professional pilot, also an FAA instructor here. What's your overall take on all this?
Yeah, so you know, we can't guess anything, we can't speculate, but we do know it was a runway incursion, so miscommunication for sure. So we know the Japan airliner was cleared to land. That's on tape. Every communication between a pilot and ATC is recorded. So there's no question now they were cleared to land, but where was this Dash 8? So the Dash 8 pilot told a Coast Guard representative that I was given permission to get out on the runway. It's not on the tapes. It's not on the tapes. Now, several factors can contribute to this. It can be human error. It could be misunderstanding, miscommunication. Was the pilot of the Dash 8 on medication?
Yeah.
I'm sure they did a drug test, altered by alcohol or something else. Was that pilot confused? It was dark, it was at night. If you're not familiar with the airport, and this really shouldn't come into play here because the Dash 8 was based at that airport. They should have been familiar with it, but it's dark. You have multiple runways and taxiways and intersections. There can be confusion. So a lot of factors can play into this. Something else we have called expectation bias. If the pilot typically is cleared to take off on a certain runway and is not used to holding short of it, he may read back the clearance but still do the wrong thing. As a flight instructor, what I do is I teach my students, write down the clearance. You have to read it back. So, you know, Japan Airlines 1234, you were cleared to take off runway 36 right. Clear takeoff 36 right. You read it back and you write it down. Sometimes a pilot will read it back correctly but still do the wrong thing. So as a flight instructor, I teach you, write it down. Now, if you are in a 2-crew aircraft, a captain and a co-pilot, we both confirm it. Okay, you're taxiing to this runway. You are going to hold short or we are cleared for takeoff. I always say it. I have my captain say it, or if I'm flying, he says it, and I confirm it. 2 eyes, or 2 sets of eyes in the cockpit help. Where are we going? What are we doing? Verify it. This is what the tower said. This is what we're going to do. Communication is key. We'll see. There's a lot going on. I don't have the answers, but these things do happen. Now, here in the United States last year in 2023, we did have a decrease in runway incursions. No accidents, thank God, but a decrease in incursions. 60% of them, pilot error.
Wow. So can you really go to this and say that this is a misunderstanding? I mean, I know this is a lot, but you say it's a communication going back and forth. I mean, would that even be, hey,
it's probable. We'll leave that to the investigators.
Yeah.
It usually has something to do with miscommunication. We'll see what the investigators find out.
Yeah, and certainly, and 5 people did lose their lives in this too, which is unfortunate. It could be, who knows, just being in a new surrounding or something like that and confused. All right.